this was I was going to say rocky weekend. I don't know if I want to say rocky. It was emotional. It was cathartic, and there was deep communication pushing through so much resistance. Um, I was extremely reactive to an invitation that was offered quite innocently. And the fallout and the impact of that behavior was um, a need for space, a need to recollect, put my thoughts in order, deal with whatever emotion was coming up, and then clean up my side of the street. Make sure that I'm being clear, make sure that I'm not projecting, and make sure that I'm understood. And then I'm not saying that the hurt stops with that. It doesn't always stop with that. But at least if there on both sides is clear understanding, that's a place to start. The lie of isolation causes us to start to just have the inward dialogue, which very often, if you're hurt, is, very peppered with defense or aggressive, attacks against whoever you're involved in this, entangled with this with. And I really do believe that the wisdom, those things have merit. I'm not telling you that you're crazy. I'm not telling you not to feel those things. But I also am telling you that in that moment of reactivity, you are hyperactivated and the time is important. So what the best use of the time is before you actually react. But we're human and I absolutely reacted. I reacted. And so how to move forward with that is to make sure that you know exactly how you feel, or even if you recognize that you don't know how you feel, that's okay too. But clear communication and making sure your side of the street is clean, meaning that you're not pointing fingers and blaming, because that does no good. Take your responsibility, clean up your side, and hash through the rest of it. I'm telling you, the communication, those hard conversations are so worthwhile to have, whether they're with a coworker or a child or your partner, or however that comes up for you. If you can both abide by those rules, that's a really healthy collision. And that's a really healthy toolbox for you both to retreat to your own corners, take a moment, and then come back and make sure that you really hear each other. And if you're unclear, repeat it back and make sure that you really understand. That's what comes up for me today in the beauty of the aftermath of a pretty strong collision. And how do you react in collision? That's my question for you today. And I will see you tomorrow.